So I want to talk about the 2022 budget, which you are responsible for, I believe.
Exactly.
This is not the first time that the markets have overreacted. So if you take Margaret Thatcher, the same thing happened to her. The difference is, though, she did stick to her economic policies. Whereas I feel like Liz Truss, she was almost bullied into having to change the policies.
And I think that there was a panic, definitely, after the market reaction. I was on the flight from Washington to London, and people were saying, you're going to get sacked, you're going to get sacked. I thought, why would she do that? Because then she's dead. It was obvious to me that the moment I was sacked, she would have, I thought, 3 weeks. In the end, it was 6 days.
She needed to man up. I'm going to say it. I think she needed to man up. Thatcher had to go through the same thing.
Yeah, she would have stuck to it.
And she stuck to it.
She would have stuck to her guns. Yeah. I mean, I just think she wasn't very good under pressure. I mean, some people are.
But you have to be. If you're prime minister, you have to, as number one, you have to be good under pressure.
Yeah, it's true. And I think it got to her. I think that if we'd stuck up, there was a way we could have toughed it out. I said, actually, if we get to the new year, this whole thing will reset.
It's just panic. And we're living under this kind of, I feel like since COVID, it's just been panic stations for anything that happens. And it's so much with social media also.
Right. I think it's panic stations from the government and caution from the banks and the institutions. Which then when you try and
but the social media, Thatcher didn't live in a world of social media.
True.
I mean, look at the biggest disaster electorally in the campaign was when Rishi Sunak left D-Day during the course of the election campaign. It was the 80th anniversary.
Yeah.
They're literally 100-year-old veterans. And he buzzed off. That was totally. The fact that he had to say sorry was a function of social media. People went bananas.
If I'm going to put my conspiracy hat on, I felt that it was almost planned, all of this, to get him out and get Labour in. That press conference where it's raining and he looked like a drowned rat.
Well, I was like, come on.
Even the most basic PR team would have said to him, "This is not a good look, Rishi."
Yeah, it was terrible.
But I would resonate with that going back to even yourselves, Buzzy and Liz. Obviously, how much of that did you guys, how much of it came to the 1922? How much of it was done in the background? Was it that you guys just turned around one day and said, you know what, we're going to shake things up, and they totally kicked back again?
So I think there was a bit of that. I think there was, the other thing that you have with Conservatives is that it's a very broad church.
Yes.
So there are a lot of...
Too broad.
And I was very clear that if you're going to have tax cuts, you're going to have spending restraint. Because the welfare bill, as we saw 2 weeks ago,
we're going to get
is going out of control.
Yeah.
But of course, a lot of MPs, Conservative MPs, were like, no, you can't cut benefits.
Why can't they go to Lib Dem or something? This is a problem with the Conservative Party. It's too much of a broad church. You're keeping everybody happy.
Yeah, and so that means essentially you can't do anything. You can't actually do anything to change anything.
That's why I never voted Conservative.
Well,